How's it going, everybody? Frostfire here. I haven't been uploading much because work has just took up all my time and life in general has just took up all my time. Ideally, I'd like to upload twice a week. That's not been happening. It's been once a week and I apologise. Also, thank you to the new subscribers. My channel is slowly growing. I can't ever see it going past 100 subs, but a boy can hope. Now, I keep reviewing games like people just know everything about them, and that's something I've got to stop doing. I just presume that everyone's kind of a bit of a know-it-all gamer, as I am, as I do admit to being that. So I'm going to explain it like you're one of them kids that wears a bicycle helmet that doesn't have a bicycle. Right, this is Zombie. It was called Zombie-u on the Wii U. I owned a Wii U, and as far as I can tell, I was the only person on the planet that actually did own one. I gave it up after 4 months because the games were little happy fairy elf in Pixieland, and it started to annoy the shit out of me after a while. And I think Nintendo has forgotten that gamers grew up. I mean, I'm 27, almost 28, so I'm a SNES boy. Do you know what I mean? I was playing Mario and Sonic and what on Sega, obviously. But I think Nintendo have just forgotten that we've grown up, and that's an issue they need to resolve. Because we're men now, we're men and women, and we're not kids, and we want a challenge, we want other games, and I think that's what they were trying to go for with Zombie-u, or just Zombie now, but it kind of missed the mark because no one owned a Wii U, apart from me. So yeah, it's a survival horror game, fairly linear, it's not fully open world, really immersive. I absolutely adore this game. It's getting a lot of hate online because it's a port. Ports, yes, they've not had a good rap recently, but this is a pretty solid port. The only bugs and glitches are sometimes you kill a zombie and it'll start doing a lambada and fly 10 feet up in the air, which should be a problem, but it actually makes me smile. When I'm scared and tense, all of a sudden a zombie shoots up and bounces off the ceiling. It takes you out of the moment for a bit, but in a good way. It makes me smile. And it because this game is great at building atmosphere, I will give it that. You will feel tense and scared, and your palms will sweat while playing this. I did. I mean, twice I think I nearly jumped out of my chair because something grabbed my leg as I was walking past an air vent, or it was a table or something like that. But it happened a couple of times, and a few times you'll be trying to put a code in the door and the walkers are coming up behind you, and it is really tense. I will give it that. Graphics, serviceable, no exceptional graphics, but it was from a Wii U, so I mean, what do you expect? They're using tech that's always 10 years out of date. I don't know what it is with Nintendo that they say, oh look, the PS4's come out, I know, let's make a PS2 level system. No idea what they're thinking is behind that, but anyway, it's a pretty solid game, and it's the only game on the Wii U I ever found challenging, because the rest were just Kirby, Pikmin, garbage like that, which is just fine if that's your thing. Crack on, son, do you know what I mean? If you like that, good for you, but it's just not my cup of tea. But it is really enjoyable. There's plenty of weapons. Oh yeah, the weapons, thank Christ. In the Wii U, you're stuck with a cricket bat. I mean, I'm from the UK. Who the fuck has a cricket bat in their flat or house? I live in a flat, and no one has a cricket bat. No one plays cricket. But at least in this, they've now put other weapons, so you get spades, baseball bats, etc, etc. The only problem is the same problem with the handgun. There's a silenced pistol, which is great. It doesn't alert zombies as far, and it does the same damage as the standard pistol you start off, but it won't let you put it in storage. You have to carry it around. Now that means when you use a spade, which is a more powerful melee weapon, you're stuck carrying that and the cricket bat, which I just don't understand. Just let me put it in the fucking storage. I have a storage box in my hub, my home base. Let me use it, but it won't. And so I've now reverted back to using just the cricket bat and the standard pistol. You see me in the video there using the silenced pistol because that was my preferred handgun. Now I'm back at the standard handgun without the silencer, which you can't fit. But you can upgrade weapons. There's weapon upgrades. They are rare. There's a great selection of weapons. Double-barreled shotguns, which is my personal fave, being from the UK. Everyone loves a sawn-off. There's rifles. At the end of the game, you'll get an assault rifle. The crossbow, which on the Wii U was very gimmicky because, you know, you hold the pad to your face and you aim with the Wii U pad. And I'm not one for touch controls or motion controls. I don't find that enhances a game, and they actually piss me off. But they took that out of it. But you don't lose anything. Just because of the gimmicky Wii U pad, I thought it would lose something in the game. No, it doesn't. It's fine. Your hood is minimal, which some people will hate, some people will love. I'm indifferent on it. I don't mind it. I mean, your hood is completely empty apart from like when you need stuff, your health bar will come up or your ammo will come up, and it lets you see the whole screen. And there are a couple of issues with controls that it's set up for a control pad, So I'm trying to play with a mouse and keyboard because I mean it's an FPS, so obviously any sane person would use mouse and keyboard, and there's a bit of an issue with that, but it's not a major issue, it's just a little pet peeve of mine. I mean, if you're going to port a game, do the fucking controls properly, do you know what I mean? It don't take that much work. But yeah, you will find this game very intense. The atmosphere is probably one of the greatest in the game. If you die a la Dark Souls, you have to go back to your corpse, which will now be walking around trying to eat your face. So your last, every time you die, you will come back as a new survivor. Man, woman, black, Chinese, white, anything. You could be anyone. You just don't know. And you get a survivor score. Now, on the Wii U, that survivor score used to be a leaderboard. You'd look up in your hub, in your base, and it would say, you know, Frostfire is 17th in the world and has this score and has killed this many zombies and has eaten this many bars of chocolate and drank this much soda. And yeah, things like that. That's not in it anymore. They've took the leaderboard out. And I'm not a score whore, but I do like a leaderboard in this because it'll say, like, you've been alive for 17 hours, which is, you know, you want to show that off. You want to see how you compare to other players, and that's not in it, and I think that is a feature they should have kept in. But yeah, no bugs, no glitches, graphics serviceable, great atmosphere, lots of weapons. The story, it's quite long. I mean, you're probably going to spend about 10 to 12 hours doing the story, but then there's replayability. You get New Game Plus, again, a la Dark Souls, and it gets harder and different, and no gameplay will be always the same. Like, sometimes they will put different creatures in different zombies in different areas. You get different types of zombies. You've got your walkers, your runners, the screamers. The screamers have electricity coming out of them. I've no idea why a zombie would have electricity coming out of it. I don't know. Just before, if he licked his finger and stuck it in a plug socket. Also, don't do that, kids. If that made him have electric, I've no idea why a zombie would have electric. And it screams, same as not Dark Souls. I've got to stop mentioning Dark Souls. I mean Left 4 Dead, where, you know, the clown shoes and they squeak and attract more zombies, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, I would say definitely this is worth a go. It's receiving a lot of hate online, and I don't know why, because I don't think it's justified. I've really enjoyed this game, and I'm quite fussy when it comes to FPS games because I can't stand Call of Duty, but I love Battlefield and things like this, and I love survival games. I do think they're being a bit flooded at the minute on Steam. I do think developers need to sort of come up with some new ideas and stop just making survival games all of a sudden. But this is fresh and it's new and it's in London, and not that many games are set in London. Everything's always in America, so it's nice to be back over the pond in our neck of the woods. And it is fun, it's intense, lots of weapons, lots of items, and it's cheap. I mean, $14.99 is the standard price. In the sale, I got it for $6.49. So yeah, I definitely say this is worth a go. As I say, I will do another upload next week, maybe a review, maybe a gameplay. Hopefully soon some DayZ stuff should come up. And yeah, hopefully see you again in game soon, or see you next week through an upload, or rather you see me, or not even see me, just hear me. But yeah, up in Frostfire. Hope you enjoyed the review, and see you again soon. Bye!